Welcome to my tutorial on how to organize Legos. Why do you want to know how to organize Legos? For a couple of reasons. It's going to help you keep your house clean. It's going to save you time when you're looking for that one piece to go with that one set. And your feet are going to appreciate you in the middle of the night when it feels like you're walking through a minefield of Legos. The first thing that we need to do when we're trying to organize our Legos is gather up all of our storage container needs. I recommend getting clear plastic storage containers. Depending on how many Legos you have is going to determine the amount of containers and the size of containers that you need. To start with, I use the Sterilite 6-quart containers and Glad 4-ounce plastic containers. I use these because they're really inexpensive. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at Target, and they served my purpose. I didn't need to go buy the really expensive made for Lego organization systems. Now, I did grow out of the Glad ones, and so I found these other little storage containers at Target that worked out a little bit better, but I just happened to luck into those. The last thing that you're going to need is that brick separator. Make sure you have a brick separator and then have a backup for your brick separator. Your fingers will greatly thank you by the time that you are done with this. So getting started, you're going to have all of your Legos in a pile. If you have lots and lots and lots of Legos like I do, start with a small pile and then kind of work through that and then go to another one. It won't seem quite as overwhelming to you. But you have your pile, and then what you really want to do is pick one color to start with. It sounds tedious, and it is, but it actually saves you a lot of time in the end. So pick your favorite color, let your kid pick a color, but pick that one color, get all of those separated out, and then put them into their own little piles, or you can put them directly into their storage containers. Couple of helpful tips when you are doing your organizing. Along with separating by color, you can do all of your minifigures together, and my general rule of thumb for minifigures is if it can go on a minifigure or go in a minifigure's hand, then put it in the minifigure bucket. You don't need to worry about separating heads from legs from arms. Like, that's just too much, and your kids aren't going to want to go through all of those different buckets to build one little guy. The other thing I did, and this was a little bit more tedious, was separating out all of the tiny little bits of the black pieces, the dark gray pieces, and the light gray pieces. Those are the ones that you use the most. You have the most of them, and they're really hard to get when they get stuck down in the bottom corners of your bigger bins. I also took all of my set instructions and I put them into a bin. I eventually am going to be putting them into a binder so they're a little bit easier to keep organized, and also for those ones that are starting to fall apart, I can keep all the pages a little bit together. But for right now, we just have them separated into a bin and we keep them stored really close to where all of our Legos are. And then after that, you're pretty much done. You've got your Legos separated by color and into their own, and you've got them all put away. Couple of extra little things. Along with having your minifigures sorted, separate out your wheels and axles. The other thing, if you have a big open space like on your floor that you're able to work with, use a broom, a clean broom, to sweep up all of those little pieces and then dump them into your containers. It's a lot easier than trying to pick them up. Really, that's it. Make sure that when you do store them, they're in a safe place for your children to be able to reach and to be able to access them. And I hope that this helped you. Thanks a lot.